The deeper you get into the actual process of recording, getting out of your head, and into the act of making music, the less the gear really matters. Too often, producers are like carpenters slapping on a fresh coat of paint and wondering why the house is still sliding into the woods.
More compression! Oh!
Thanks to our gear-glorifying, algorithm-addicted internet culture, a whole generation of DIY producers now believe that the right plugin bundle will fix their lack of arrangement, vibe, or basic musical direction. As DIY producers working in less than perfect conditions, it's crucial that we scale each tool's importance based on its true impact on the final recording. When you see the gear from this perspective, you're less likely to obsess over things that offer little return on investment. Rewind the recording process from mixdown all the way back to the performance, and it becomes clear. The further back you go, the more critical each tool becomes. At the end of the chain, plugins, fancy little knobs doing fancy little things that we fancifully over-rely on to make our records sound fancy. Step back, preamps, important but still mostly just glorified middlemen. Next up, the microphone, finally something that physically touches the sound. Then the instrument, a real tool with real creative weight. But behind all of that, at the beginning, your mind, your body, your creativity, your weird little habits. You are the foundation. You are the biggest tool in the room. Welcome to Producing with Jimmy.
I got a right to be mad.
I'm Jimmy, and this is the channel where we discuss all things creative because creativity is a way of life. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that classic YouTube stuff. It helps me grow the channel so I can keep helping DIY producers make great music without spiraling into existential dread every time they open their DAW. In the grand scheme of tool importance, the instrument and the creative human behind it are the two most crucial elements in DIY recording, and today we're focusing on both. I am primarily a guitar player. I have the ability to fake playing other instruments enough to swindle the general listening public, but guitar is really my main squeeze, which is why I'm going to use acoustic guitar as the focus of today's video. Don't worry if you are not a guitar player. The production concept I'm about to share works for nearly any instrument, except the tuba. If you're a tuba player, well, you're pretty much out of luck in a lot of ways. Layering instrumental parts is one of the most effective, most used techniques in all of music recording, which is why big expensive commercial studios often have entire walls filled with vintage guitars, many of which cost more than your life, you poor Yamaha F310 playing peasant. The reason different instruments are used by the pros to layer parts is today's brain drill. The greater the tonal, melodic, or rhythmic contrast between two parts in a recording, the deeper and richer the sound becomes. Check out this example. But do yourself a favor and listen on good headphones or monitors so you don't miss what's actually happening. Here I layered the same exact guitar part twice on the same exact guitar. I panned them hard left and hard right. There's nothing wrong with this sound. It has a very chorusy, vibey, lo-fi mono sound, which can definitely work in the right context. But listen to how much wider and deeper the recorded sound becomes if I make the second layered part completely different than the first. Here I've done everything in my power to make the second layered guitar contrast with the other one. It's a different tone, a different melody, and a different rhythm. The impact, depth, and overall vibe of your recordings will in large part depend on your ability to creatively differentiate the parts you layer, even if you only have one guitar. That's why you are the biggest tool in the room. You must creatively make your one guitar sound like multiple instruments. Think outside the box. Ask yourself, how can each part be the most different from the parts that are already there? There are so many ways to do this, from simple to complex, subtle to downright silly. Check it out. I could take any two of these examples and layer them, panning them hard left and right for an automatically deep and satisfying listening experience. To do this well, you must be the biggest tool in the room. You must call upon your imagination to drive your body to call into reality sounds that are diverse but brotherly, sounds that are bound by rhythm and key but beautifully dissimilar in expression, sounds that belong to the same universe but orbit different suns. Think outside the box to achieve this end. At the heart of any great DIY recording, the most powerful tools aren't in your rack. They're in your hands and head, the instrument and the mind behind it. An entire arsenal of vintage guitars would help you do this, yes, but way less than the guitar companies want you to believe. Become an artist that not only thinks outside the box, but physically climbs out of it, dismantles it, builds a guitar with the pieces, and then plays it upside down with their feet. Become a master purveyor of contrast, painting with sound, light and dark, and everything in between. Be the biggest tool in the room. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helps you out. If you want a deeper dive into how this concept can be used in an arrangement, check out this video here. Subscribe and hit the bell notification if you dig my channel and want to stay in the loop. And drop me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know your thoughts on how you like to achieve contrast in your own DIY recordings. Until next time, get your hands dirty, make stuff. Exercise your ability to create contrast in your recordings. I will see you next time.